What up, DJ Hazmat here?
Yeah, and I'm Matty Wills.
Back for the post-game edition of Matt
You
and
already
Matt
know.
Sports. Yes, sir. Victory!
Yeah. Hey, little bit disappointing first half, but it doesn't matter because the second half erased all doubts. And not only did Myles Garrett come to play, but the entire Cleveland Browns defense came to play. 9 sacks, has 9. So the Cleveland Browns defense, albeit against the rookie quarterback, looked really good today. Odell had himself a day as well. I mean, about as much as you can expect after coming off of an ACL injury. But what do you think? Talk about your experience down there at Browns backers, wherever you at, and then just, think about tell us what you think about the game.
Well, oh man, the game was awesome. What did I tell you we were going to do in the second half? I told you we was going to do it in the second half. We was going to cruise to a victory, and we did that. I'm at the Creekwater Tavern, which is located in Smyrna, out here just outside of Atlanta, in the Atlanta area. So, I mean, the defense, man. The defense.
Wow.
And
Let's
yes,
talk
a lot
about
of
it.
people. I went back and forth on Facebook with a lot of people this week
Piss a lot of people
because
off.
I
Call it for
did.
like it is.
I did. But I was being critical of a player who was not living up to his potential. In the first two games, we ain't hearing
Right.
from Myles Garrett. I said Myles Garrett needs to be the one making plays on defense. People talking about people giving Myles Garrett all kinds of excuses. I mean, I was hearing everything from he's getting triple teamed to he's still feeling the effects of COVID. I'm like, a year later, I saw Tyrann Mathieu just came off of COVID and had 2 interceptions in one game. So
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about when you're back on the field, you're back on the field. And Myles Garrett is the catalyst for our defense. He is the face of the defense, and the face of our defense showed up today. Kudos to Myles Garrett. People are saying I'm hating on Myles Garrett. Why would I hate on Myles Garrett? I got 2 Myles Garrett jerseys in my closet. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't read that.
Uh,
I saw what people were saying. I didn't read it as hate. I didn't. Just so you know, I didn't think that you were hating. I just thought that you were saying, "Yo, this dude's supposed to be that dude. Where he at?"
right. And here he is. He
Right,
showed up.
for
So
sure.
there'll be no I told you so's. If anything, I told you so. Because we need him to be doing that in order for us to dominate a team and really kick their ass the way we supposed to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just so for the record, Myles Garrett, 7 total tackles, 6 of
Yes.
them were solo, 4.5
Woo!
sacks, 4 tackles for loss,
Woo!
and 6 QB hits.
Woo!
So a QB hit and a sack, I mean, he was all over the
Oh,
place, man. He was all over
and
the
he,
place.
and that's what you expect out of a player of his caliber.
Absolutely.
When I'm looking after the first 2 weeks, and Myles Garrett's name is nowhere near the leaderboard of the stat sheet of players that play his position, I'm concerned. I'm like, TJ Watt making plays, Chandler
Yeah.
Jones making plays, all these other guys, dudes, they pass rushers are making plays. Where's my guy? And
Yeah.
and then he showed up today. He answered the bell, and I just that's my guy. Myles Garrett stepped up, and that's all I can say.
Yeah. Hey,
And
so we were a little critical of the running game, even though we had like 80 or 70 or 80 rushing yards in the first half. But I mean, that's the separator between the Cleveland Browns and a lot of the rest of the NFL. Game ball today has to go to Kareem Hunt, though, right? I mean, he had 10 carries for 81 yards, but he also was killing them through the air, 6 catches for 74 yards. He was running hard all game. No shade to Nick Chubb, who had a good game on the ground as well, but Kareem Hunt seemed to be that X factor today. And I got to ask you, Has, what do you think about our boy, Odell Beckham Jr., his first game in a long, long, long time? Led your team in receiving yards, had 77 yards on 5 catches. And I don't know. What do you think?
well, I think I'm glad to see Odell Beckham Jr. back. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, you in and out right now. You in and out right now. I don't know if you being mobile, like you look like you moving around a lot.
Okay, I just think that Odell Beckham Jr. is supposed to come in there and fill that role.
For sure.
He's supposed to come out there and do that. I mean, if he's back and he's ready to contribute, I'm glad to see him out there. People think that I hate on Odell. Hate on the idea Think we can win without Odell. That is really right. Glad to have an addition like Odell. I say
Yeah,
that all the
absolutely.
time.
Absolutely.
Whenever we talk about this. But
Your audio is in and
it
out,
can't
dog.
just be about Odell. So in the say what?
Your audio is in and out. It sounds better now.
I couldn't hear you, sir.
Yeah, I was just saying your audio is in and out, man. You sound a little bit better now, but it's still kind of in and out. I'm gonna read a couple of these comments while you kind of adjust that. Chandra Bullock says we coming for the AFC North with the orange and brown hearts. That's the big one right there. And you know what? I thought we were gonna have sole possession of first place after this week because Pittsburgh went down to Cincinnati, even though that still wouldn't be sole possession because Cincinnati is a division rival as well. But Cincinnati beat up on Pittsburgh today. And then Baltimore, as I was saying right before we came on, just won the most improbable game you'll ever see. If y'all haven't seen the highlights for the finish in that Baltimore Ravens at Detroit Lions game, then you'll be surprised when you see how that one finishes. It also goes to show how important it is to have a good kicker, as their kicker kicked another game-winning field goal. This one looked like it was about from 60 yards away. I don't know the official number yet, but our kicker, McLaughlin or whatever his name is, he showed up today, had a 57-yarder in the first quarter. So can't be too mad at Brown special teams, even though we had a lot of penalties in special teams, especially in the first half of this game. You back with us audio-wise?
It wasn't a. I think so. Can you hear me?
You
I
sound
can
better,
hear you.
yeah. You sound better.
Okay, sorry about the technical issues, and my cord was coming out of the phone. But I was trying to show you. There's a few Browns fans still lingering. It was this packed full of Browns fans here where I'm at. I'm in the downstairs area of this Creekwood Tavern is what it's called. But as you were saying, as you alluded to Odell Beckham Jr., I felt like they were trying to force the ball to him a few times.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I don't know why Baker was a little off to me today.
He was.
Baker, admittedly, and he'll say it. He got a, that was the one thing that might have been holding our offense back today was Baker's inconsistency in the first half, especially throwing the football. He was sailing balls over people's heads. I don't know who he thought he was throwing the ball to. Like they was 7'5" out there. I don't know.
Yeah. He missed Bryant on a wide open one in the second half, but he was a little the most inaccurate we've seen him this season, especially in the first half.
Especially after last week, after he hurt his shoulder and didn't have another incompletion in the whole game.
Right.
So, but hey, sometimes it's like that. Maybe he had butterflies because he was so enamored with the fact that OBJ was out there running around. Maybe he needs to calm down and still play within the offense. Because I saw one pass he threw to Odell. It was off of a play action. He rolled out. The tight end was open immediately in the middle of the field, but he still kept rolling out to the right, waiting for Odell Beckham to get open, and then he threw an errant pass that went out of bounds when he could have had an easy completion to the middle of the field to, I think, Bryant was coming across the field wide.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about. And when plays like that happen, that's when the Odell factor is affecting us in a negative way. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this, and I know we've had many conversations about Odell Beckham Jr. On all of our shows together. Let me ask you this, though. Is that Odell's fault or is that Baker's fault? Now,
no, that's
Odell's
Baker's
not
fault.
throwing the ball to himself. Right. So let's not punish OBJ for that.
I'm not punishing anyone. I'm just telling.
Okay.
I said that's the OBJ effect that affects us in a negative way. Well,
sure.
I didn't say who to blame. I just said, but his presence being out there causes Baker to fixate on his numbers sometimes and not look for the open play, because that would have been an easy completion. Settle down. Look for him when he's open. Even that play down the sideline, he wasn't open. Down on the left sideline when he tried to go deep to him, the safety was there. Like, that's not where he should have been going with the ball. So Baker needs to settle down and play within the constructs of the offense.
Good question from Corey Brooks. Did we find a better kicker than Cody Parkey this season? At least so far. I mean, it remains to be seen. The weather really hasn't started in Northeast Ohio yet, and that's where you really can find out if you have a real life kicker that you can depend on for more than just one season. But, we'll see. He did good today. He had the 57-yarder in the first quarter. I know Stefanski and the coaching staff decided not to kick those first couple of field goals, and in the end, that was inconsequential because the Browns didn't need those field goals. I see you, man.
My boy got on a Brian Sipe jersey back here.
Throwing it back.
This is a Brian Sipe jersey. Excuse me. I had to come over here because I see this Brian Sipe jersey. This is when I started. I'm doing a podcast right here live. My name is Haz. What's your name, sir?
Peter.
His name is Peter.
What's up,
Peter?
Pete?
They both rocking the Brian Sipe jerseys.
This guy.
So they both got the authentic Brian Sipe jerseys on. And Brian Sipe was one of the quarterbacks back when I first started watching back in the 70s. Cardiac Kids, and he had one of the greatest seasons the Browns quarterback ever had when he was the starter of Pro Bowl. More Browns fans, everybody. So
for the record, Haz is in Georgia. He's not in Ohio. Atlanta. He's not in Cleveland. He's in Atlanta, Georgia.
I am in Smyrna.
Browns backers going crazy.
Browns backers, all kinds of Browns fans. I got so much love. Yes, we do. And it was way more than this. I'm telling you, you couldn't get a seat before the game started. So you got to show up here before the door's open. But anyway, sir, I'm just going to let you know I got another indication that I have a low battery, so we can keep going. If I cut out, my battery died.
We'll wrap it. We'll wrap it so it can be clean. I want to say this, though, to you, Haz. I like betting on sports. I especially like betting on football. I am not good at betting on sports. However, this week, right now, as it currently sits, I have an 8-leg parlay out. That means I picked 8 different outcomes for NFL games this week, right?
Right.
I've hit 7 of them. I need to hit one more. The payout is $2,300. If I hit it, then I'll go up that amount. I'll probably go up about 2,000 because I'm probably in about 300 this week. But the last game that I'm hoping for, bro, is the Denver Broncos in a money line win, which means just a straight up regular win at home against the New York Jets, who have got to be the worst team in the NFL, right? If I don't hit this,
I think you should have confidence. That's all you need.
What's gonna happen?
That's all you need.
That's all I need. A straight money line win by 1 point. Shout out to the Browns backers down there in Smyrna, Georgia. But that's where I'm at, man. That's where I'm at. So I'm the biggest Teddy Bridgewater fan in Northeast Ohio, at least for the next 3 hours. So we'll see how that goes.
I think you'll be okay in that situation, sir.
Hopefully. If I am, then I might
If they win, I definitely need about $50 if you could.
Hey, I'm not mad at that. But I don't want you to get cut off.
I need a new cord.
Yes. Something. Great win for the Browns today. I think Justin Fields, you can't even really evaluate him. I don't know if you could hear the announcers during today's game, but they basically said you can't evaluate him off of this game alone.
I can evaluate him.
I would be I'm happy that he played over Andy Dalton. I'll say that. Not saying that Andy Dalton would have scared me, but I think he would have moved the ball a little bit better.
Andy Dalton would have definitely moved the offense. So, yes, Justin Fields, welcome to the NFL, sir. Yeah, sorry you had to go against Myles Garrett when he decided to have a monster day in the NFL. You had to see that. So,
for sure.
Maybe you had something to do with that. I don't know. But it is what it is, sir.
Right.
OHIO, no, not today.
Thanks for the memories. Good luck in the rest of your career.
Not today.
All right, you gonna be on world tour still next Sunday or what?
Yeah, next Sunday I'm actually gonna. No, I'll be back in Atlanta. I'm coming to Cleveland, but then I'll be back here for the game. Okay. So, because I'm flying out early Sunday morning to be back here, so I'll be back in Atlanta. I may come back to the backers since I haven't gotten to know all of them. So I'm going to come back and try to get here early and meet some of the Browns backers and maybe come from here again because this is nice. I mean, we got the whole joint. This is our bar. The whole joint, downstairs, upstairs, full of Browns fans all over. If you want to watch another team, you don't get to hear it. You can see it on maybe 1 or 2 TVs, but we got it all locked down here. So I appreciate a spot like that down here. And we're going to see what we do for the rest of the season. So what was the score again, man? Please tell me. I just want to hear it out loud.
Fam, I got to go. And 26
what was the score?
26-6. Browns win by 20. Just giving up 2 field goals. We're down 3-0. It looked a little crazy at first, but the running game, the defense, really, Myles Garrett especially came through, showed up big time, showed that rookie quarterback what the NFL is all about. And the Browns are 2-1, could be 3-0. Could be 3-0. So we got to be. I expect to see the Browns climb up a bunch of power rankings charts on Tuesday morning. Keep your eye on the power rankings nationally because they always kind of play your boys, man. I think we're gonna be climbing up. We should be.
Man, don't even worry about the power
attack that top 5. Honestly,
look. The Browns look good in their 75th anniversary jerseys. We got a win in them, so we like these jerseys. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe they'll bring them back. So, yeah, that's it. So, next week we'll be in Minnesota, and we'll be back again, halftime and post-game. So, make sure you check in. We appreciate everybody who's chimed in and left a comment. Thanks to all the producers behind the scenes. Absolutely. And we will see you guys next week.
Have a great week.
Go Broncos. I'm DJ Hazmat.
Hey, go Broncos, dog. I might have to dip in that PTO.
Hey, bro. Do you know wait, before we go, are we off? Because it's a cardinal sin for you to see Styler and Go Broncos on a Browns podcast.
I don't know.
Do you understand?
That's true.
No,
we're
for
not
real.
Playing them in the week where we're playing them. Absolutely.
You know that every time. You know that every time we were knocking on the door of the Super Bowl, it was the Broncos that shut the door for us.
That's ugly.
So then just stop talking about them.
Decades ago.
It don't matter. Man. We still hate them for that.
They got a black quarterback, man. Come on.
Man, look.
Broncos
I said you'd be all right. I feel like they're better than the Jets, but don't you go Broncos again on this podcast.
You got it. Hey, get home safe, dog. I know you out and about. Probably had a couple.
I know.
The Buffalo shrimp looked amazing. And hey, go Browns. That's how it ended. Go Browns.
I gotta get these little jokers home. They restless playing around.
They ready to go. No, they ready to go.
I gotta get out.
See it in their face.
All right. So we'll holla.
Hey, appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Thank you.